Hello, how's everybody doing? Good night. Welcome to the Friday Night Reading Club, especially for Camp Enchanted right now. So, what is everybody reading? I am still reading on Summer in Arcas. I'm on page 102. And it has 258 pages. Normally I would say I could finish it in a night. But this reads way slower than I expected for some reason. So I don't think so today. I don't think I can finish this one, but I am reading this and I will try. This is for the Flora badge on Camp Enchanted. So that is the plan. I am listening to the audiobook of Camp Sylvana, but I'm a bit iffy on it. I was iffy when I found it. That's why I didn't dare to read it. Let me see if I can put the flu up. Because it is about Fat Cam. So I was very scared they're not gonna do the buddy a thing right. And unfortunately, we just now had a big camp chat or cheer thing. Like the leader of the camp basically told all the kids there that it was not the world's job to change, it was theirs. And I was like, I'm not sure if I agree with you there. Absolutely not, probably. So yeah, that is a bit unfortunate. That was very cringy to me. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So that is I can change to that and so I can knit. But I also didn't really want it. So I will read physically because that is easier for me on sprints. So that is why is my camera not? There we go. So yeah, this will be the focus tonight because reading physically on sprints is easier. Let's dive into the first sprint. To at least get some reading in early on. I will speak to you all a tiny bit later. Hello. How did everyone else do? I read a tiny bit, not that much. I've read 12 pages. You and I just talked before sprints about maybe going away for a few days in sort of a cabin. And he found a cabin, so I was just looking if anything was around that cabin. Hi Katrina, how you doing? Remember to hydrate, have it. Features, I have cookies. No, but I have my dinner. Stretch, show some love to the like button. No, thank you. Make sure you set and ring that bell so you hopefully get notified. Yeah, that is dope, right? Sir, I'm late. I'm about to start dinner. Nice. What you're eating? I had dumplings. Just gonna pop in to remind everyone to hydrate and stretch. I have hydration. I did not do my stretches today either. I still should. You're doing cozy evening. I'm doing my jigsaw puzzle. Nice. Maybe I'll join and read later or rewatch tomorrow. You're more than welcome to rewatch. Or have me on in the background. It's all fine. Hello, Judith. How are you doing? Hello, Elena. Doomscrolling had a shower. Well, doomscrolling sometimes is necessary. Hope the show was good, though. Hello, yes. How are you doing? Hi, I got here during the sprint and read 36 pages of The Floating World by Axio. Welcome, Adriana. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy your book. I just plan to read today. I have started the audiobook of some Camp Sylvana, but I'm still a bit iffy on it. We just had the talk from the camp leader, and she basically told the kids that they're it's not the world's job to change, it's their job, and they're on fat camp. And I'm like, I don't think I agree. I think I have a problem with this. Like, you know, if you want to say that the world isn't probably gonna change, so just waiting on that would it make sense? And if you would like your life to be easier and you want to do something about it, that is fine. Or like, you know, it is unhealthy and that's why you need to lose weight, and you know, give a motivational speech about that, it's fine. But like, it's not the job's world to change them. Like, I am pretty sure it is. So you're saying that they can be judgmental, that we should not change, that we just, you know, make any thoughts of people just by their looks, that people that look differently are not allowed in on stuff or getting less jobs. We should not change that. So yeah, I was a bit done with the audiobook. So I don't want to pick it up right now. I will try it later. What's the word in English? Krieltjes with green beans. It's a small round potatoes you bake. It's not new potatoes. They're from every other potato. But... oh, I finished the jigsaw earlier. I'll post a pic later. Nice. Well done. Well done. That's good. I finally finished my taxidermy project too. And we put up the bird houses and the bird feeder today. And I almost got all sticks in from the Buck Hotel. In total, we have cut 5 bamboo poles, and like they were big. They were over 2 meters. And they're still not enough. So we need to one more. Hello, Stephanie. How was Gentse feestdagen? We were looking at a cabin in Belgium, actually. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm already at 200% right now. That's what you guys said 2 days ago. That was a good volume. So, if not, let me know. Yeah, we were looking at a cabin in Belgium. Unfortunately, Prairie Days is too far. I really want to go, but we're not sure if that is wise right now. So, have to wait on that. I'm sorry, Jess. I'm sorry the meal wasn't there. It was funny to me though. So at least we got that out of it. Get what I got at the face. Face is party. Ice cream. I saw you get ice cream. Hello, how's everyone doing? We just had dinner. Now I don't know what to do. Maybe more, maybe read. Maybe nonogram and listen to audio. You're close to the nonogram badge, right? To the egg level. If so, then I would do that. Otherwise, I would do what you look forward to the most. But I guess you don't know. It was fun, but the cramps made me go home. Maybe went back to the music party. Oh, nice though. Yeah, unfortunate that sometimes happens. I'm also working on a jigsaw that I got from Fairy Loot, the house moving castle one. That sounds cute. It helped a lot this week since I had a lot of issues at work and couldn't focus on reading. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes different hobbies help so much, especially the ones that you need to concentrate on less or in a different way. Because reading needs quite a bit of focus. I got oliebollen! Bolle. It's with a O, except an A, instead of an A. Oliebollen. There you go. Yeah, they're good, right? Here too, if there's kermis or any sort of fair, they usually have oliebollen. I'm halfway to egg level. Oh, I thought you were further actually. Oh, right, then it doesn't matter. What does Hendrik want to do? Does he, is he in the mood for Uno? Because if you don't know, I would let him pick what he's in the mood for. If he wants to do something solo or not. Oh, I see the picture now, Stephanie. Oh my god, the ghosty slippers. So now you don't have to bake them anymore, Stephanie. That helps. I also got an email that my cookbook has arrived in the bookstore. So I should get that soon. And I'm curious about it. How about we go for another sprint? Then I can check the cabin with Job and try to read some more. It is very interesting though. And I thought the wolf was gonna be my favorite character, but then the weasel just said that they should be able to shoot morning people, and I really related. So I think the weasel is gonna be my favorite. Hendrik doesn't know what he wants to do either. Oh, poor Mr. and Mrs. All right, let me go back. Maybe read mini one. You know what? Go read now. Now it's still early, so you still have the concentration, you're not that tired. And then when you're tired, you can either choose to do Uno or listen to the audiobook while you do a nonogram. Because you could do that last time when you were tired. So read first, if that makes sense. Why are they so nom though? Yeah. I don't know. Probably because they're fried. They're fried and they're sugary. That helps a lot. Job loves them too. Job is yeah, he's a tiny bit addicted to it. He starts laughing, but I don't think it's me. I think he's watching something. I don't think you hear me. Hello. Now I want to make Jigsaw to do tomorrow because you're all making. Do it! Do it! Sounds like, do it, Larissa. It sounds like fun. What are the options? I think you should. Let's head into a sprint, and I will see you all in 45 minutes. Hello, how did you all do? I in fact did not read, but instead was looking at hobbit houses to stay in. So, it has been fun, but I have not read. And unfortunately, the hobbit house did not have internet, which would mean that I could not do a reading sprint on the 1st of August, which is the start of Nevermore on some. And it was also not available in next week. But it would have been fun. Would have been fun. But yeah, kind of need a house with internet. At least I made it back to the sprint before the end. Nice. Well done, well done. Reading time. A lot lost, but I do have a Winnie the Pooh one I would like to do. Oh, that does sound really cute. I honestly, if you're gonna put Winnie the Pooh in the list, I would probably have picked that one too. That sounds cute. Hello, Judith. Hello, Barbara. I did my nails and continued a long Gavin video. Yeah, those are full-length movies. Sometimes he even puts 2 movies in a video. I love it though. I love it. But yeah, he's one of the few creators I cannot always watch from front to back because they're so long. It started an autogram, it started an audiobook. Nice, nice, nice. Well done. Oh, the Hobbit house looks so good, guys. Let me show you. Let me show you the house we were actually looking at. It is not gonna happen, which is very unfortunate, but it looks so good. And the area would have been ideal because it's not too far. It's like an hour and a half drive. Is it kind of... There we go. There it is, in a wine garden. See the beds? I know that's kid bed, but still, I wish you knew. That's the boring adult bed, but... And then the kitchen. And the window is the... Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it so much. But it was not available next week, so. And it does not have internet. My weather thing says... I think it's going to rain here soon, which would be great because it's hot. My weather thing says 98, heat index of 109. And oh, I love summer, but this is too much. Oh, I'm sorry. So it feels like 42 Celsius. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, that's hot. I posted a picture in the Jigsaw Badge channel. Nice. I don't want to look now. Because then they're not white anymore and I forget what badges I need to give out. So I'm gonna look after the sprints because that is the last round of badges I will be doing today. It looks so cute, right? We really want to go, but it does not have internet. And it's not available next week. But yeah, that would be ideal. A house like that would be so fun. Yeah. Distracted by nothing. Nothing. Also, my tents are done. But they're not done. They still need duplicate stitching. But the knitting is done. So I think I will just do 5 rows of the green and then start the heel. This was the last chart in the leg. And my father-in-law is here tomorrow, so vlogging is gonna be very interesting. So I think I might just knit a lot then tomorrow. But I think I should do the duplicate stitch first before I do the heel to make it easier. But I have to look it up how it works again because I forgot. But they look cute. I do love how they start looking. There we go. That's what I want to show you. Now I should actually read. But then again, I just sent another sort of Hobbit house to you, so I can't make promises, but I would like to. Are you enjoying the book? Yes, absolutely. It is extremely nonsensical. The characters in this are amazing. There's a very snarly, sassy weasel involved. And he just stated that every morning person should be shot, which I can relate to. And then there is this warehouse who is wolf by day, house by night, but he's a cottage with white curtains. And they came into a city and they have to check in with all those magical creatures, and there is a fantastical bird, a human girl, and a wolf standing there, and the magical creature was like, any dangerous animals? And the wolf immediately, one. And it was so funny. And then they were like, well, every pet has to be on a leash. And then he turned to the wolf and was like, so if your human misbehaves, it is on you. So I do like it very much because it is extremely nonsensical. If you do not like a nonsensical book, I would not recommend this. But yeah, it's great. I got Spy Camp, the graphic novel read. We'll put it in Discord. Nice. Yes, do that. After these prints, I will hand out all the badges again. I love the socks. Yeah, me too. Very. Maybe I can still get one done, but I'm iffy on it. I'm not sure. It depends on how far I get tomorrow. If I get the duplicate stitch done, the heel done, and the first, the last chart done, then yes, absolutely. But otherwise, the cover is, yeah, right? Do you see the weasel and the mice? I've not seen the mice yet. I think the little birds are the valet birds. They're like the helpers of the fantastical bird. I think this is the fantastical bird. And I have not met the gooses yet. Geese. But that's the little weasel. He's very sassy. And I believe this is the warehouse, the cottage. The wolf turns in that cottage. It's very cute. But very nonsensical. I love it. It reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, and then it does talk about Narnia and the Hobbit, and I both see it. There was a very wholesome, cozy cheese shop in there that definitely had Hobbit vibes going on. Yeah, and it is, just an old style portal fantasy, like old style fairy tale style. Hello, Rosie. How are you doing? Sassy Weasel. I might need to I would recommend for the Weasel alone. He's great. Like, this book is about Summer. And Summer's mom is overprotective. And one day, Summer sits in the garden, which she's not allowed from her mom. And she sees the Baba Yaga house. And Baba Yaga comes in her yard, even though it is closed off and fenced in with a lock. And she tells Summer to come back tomorrow. And she will give her heart desires. Unless she's in a bad mood, then she will suck the marrow out of her bones. Summer decides to go in. She has a good talk with the door knocker. The door knocker tells her Baba Yaga is in a good mood. So she goes inside. And she needs to pick a candle. And she chooses a frog candle. And Baba Yaga starts burning that. And then she gives Summer this weasel. And tells her to go. And when Summer steps out of the Baba Yaga house, she is in this other world. And then she has to figure things out. And then it turns out the weasel talks. He's very indignant about her not seeing that coming. So he has been sassy ever since we found out he can talk. So we are having a dance party. Nice. That is a badge. So put it in Discord. After these sprints, I will give badges out again. I mean, it's Kingfisher. Yeah. This is definitely the Kingfisher fairy tale vibes. I love it. It's not been dark yet. And I'm not sure if it gets dark. But there is this very... I think it's going to be a very dark queen. She has all guards on patrol and inns burn down when they think you're sus. So there's definitely something going on there. The queen's name has not been named. It's called the Queens in Chains. So there's definitely something going on there, especially since things in the land keeps dying. There's this tree that is dying that Summer feels very attached to. And they just have found a giant turtle who has a forest growing on their back. Also died from the same thing. And 100-year wheat field has died from the same thing. So I would not be surprised if there is something darker coming. But it might just be on the background. I don't know how dark it gets when she obviously is going to get involved. Summer is going to get involved. But I don't know if it stays lighthearted, fairy tale, nonsensical vibes, or if it gets dark too. It could go both ways. Yeah. It sounds like it is good. And I don't think there are any trigger warnings for you, Rosie. I don't think so. I added to my list on Everend. No. Is it on Everend? I could not find the audiobook on Everend. Because I'm wanting the audiobook this whole, past 2 days. I want to say the whole week, but that's not the past 2 days. The weasel reminds me of the one book, Boat Rat, with the Museum of Dead Animals or something. Yeah, that is the Hollow Places. Yeah. Yeah, see, Larissa was right. Yeah. I love that one. The Hollow Places is one of my favorites. Yeah. That's the one that made me read The Willows by Blackwood. Yeah, that's the one. Very, very interesting. Oh, the ebook is there. All right. Then I think I've seen that. Yeah. I was so happy there for a second. Like, did I miss? I need the audiobook. Because honestly, it is reading slower than I thought it would. Especially for a T Kingfisher that I normally read really fast because they're so addictive. But like, this is the reason. pages are like this. I love that one. Yeah. I think What Moves the Dead is still my favorite, but after that, it is The Hollow Places. But then I love What Feast at Night, too. That was also a really good one. The horse in that one was so scary. In the same way the bunny was. Or not in the exact same way, but like the bunny was scared in What Moves the Dead and the horse was scary in What Feast at Night. That's it. Yeah. I can't wait for the third one. Still need to read that one. Whoops. No, it's like you can't read them all immediately. But it was a good one. And then Thorn Edge was more of fairy tale one, and I really like that one, as well as Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. That is also a nonsensical fairy tale book I really enjoyed. And then obviously Nettle and Bone. I think Nettle and Bone is my favorite fairy tale by T. Kingfisher. She has obviously has fairy tale side and gothic horror side, and Nettle and Bone is the fairy tale side. And I think I love that one the best for the fairy tale side. But if it's called, I don't know. Yeah, the Sworn Soldier, right? Find that I need to pre-order Easton 3. Well done. Well done. How mysterious, yeah. Yeah, but I get what you mean. Yeah, that one. That one was really good. I'm iffy about it. Do you? Which ones have you read? And which ones didn't you like? And is it Nettle and Bone? No, I think you would like Nettle and Bone because it has a demonic chicken. I think you would appreciate that. That's it. The Sworn Soldier. Although my brain will not retain. Yeah, I get it. I have that a lot with series names, to be honest. It's either I remember the series name or I remember the name of the book, but not both. Both is not an option. Oh, I had lost sprint on all the time, but this is now going truly to be the last sprint. Because my nerve is a bit iffy currently, so I don't want to make it worse, since I will be going live tomorrow and Sunday, basically the whole day. So I think I read Nettle and Bone too fast, but I don't remember that. Oh yeah, it is an important chicken. It's fine. If you don't like them, just DNF them. That is, I've told you many times before, even if you DNF my favorite books, I still love you. We're obviously not gonna be agree on it. But, taste is just very different. The demonic, right? And he's sassy as hell again, and he's sarcastic, and I love that. And also the Bone Dog, I really like. But then I forgot there was cannibalism in him, which obviously Cleo remembered. So that was funny. Stephanie, we did it. We did it. We didn't just show up at the end. Oh yeah, you did. Oh, I'm even not mentally here, but that's all right. Yeah, that's all right. You're here in spirit, Stephanie. You're here in spirit. That's good enough. Wee. I'm bored. Can you tell? Alright, let's go for the last sprint. This is truly the last sprint. That's why I put it in the timer. So it's more noticeable. Just to play nice to dinner. Especially if we're going away next week. Which be... Oh, also, I didn't show you. Let me... One more time. I have done the taxidermy thing. There we go. It's a mouse skull. So I gave him green. You can see him really well. You might not because of the glass. Oh, there is one glue string. You can see his teeth still. So we found it. We found it. In I did not kill the mice, just to be very clear. I do not kill the creatures that walk here. But we found him with the build. And we wanted to, because it is pretty cool, you know, to see it. I have never seen a mouse skull before. And you can see the teeth and stuff, so we wanted to keep preserving. And I think this is a very nice way and respectful way to do it. I am playing with the database. This is what happened when you read TV. I guess so. Just I think this is the problem. Obviously. Also, like, guys, I want to show one more thing. Want to see my mouse skull? I know, with you I can do it. This is your saying you're reading their books. Yeah. This is more on the death and decay side though. I have a nice side, I swear. That's my nice side, but currently this side is winning. And it's pretty cool. Yeah, I love it. And I love the one with the beast too. I'm very glad I made them. I am Wave. Oh, hi, Molly. Oh, nice. Is it okay if I call... I assume Molly is your real name. If that is not true, please correct me. But is it okay if I call you Molly in the Discord? I like calling people by their name. If that, you know, if they don't mind it. Hi. See? Everybody now recognizes you. Hi. Hi, Wave. My long last twin. Yeah, you guys are so cute. I love stuff like that. That's why we build these reading communities, right? To find your people. So when I see people finding their people, I tend to love it. It is my real name, and yes, you can call me Molly on Discord. Thank you. Nice, I like it. Oh. And everything makes sense now. All right, let's go for the last one. And I will see you all in 45 minutes. I can change my Discord nickname to... Maybe just put Molly behind Wave. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna confuse people if you're Molly all of a sudden. Especially my other camp leader, Josephine. She might have sent you badges too. We are both sending badges. I too met a long lost twin through Book's Discord. Right? That is like... I feel like then that community has done their job. Like that is the meaning of the Bookist community. I love when that happens. I will see you all in 45 minutes. Hello. How did everyone do? I've reached page 126. And I know a lot of you wanted to join Readathon next month. And we just met a dragon. So that is another reason to read this. But yeah, before that I got a lot of the started, so whatever. And I am enjoying this book very much. Ready to read a bit? Yeah, when you said that, that was exactly when I finally sat down to read to. I'm listening to Pirates of Aletaria by Brittany Jackson. It's supposed to be for the inclusive batch, but so far there has only been Koi flirting. There are 6 more hours though, so who knows? And if not, it sounds like it could go for the adventure badge. So that bear is really cute, so I would recommend. Hello, Cleo. I've mainly been crocheting tonight. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited you picked up crochet. How's it going? How do you feel about it? But did just listen to 10 pages of the Field Throne. Nice. Oh, I was distracted, but I did read it. Yeah, same. 73% of my book. Nice. Love Witch Park. Witch Park is amazing. I made popcorn. Yeah, I want to. Since Maya plays a part, I've been wanting to make popcorn. And I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow for the movie night. I still didn't finish Gavin's video. We've been here all night, and so has Gavin. I love that though. I love his long videos. I finished one nonogram and started another while watching your vlog. Oh, thank you for the gaming day. And then continued with an audiobook for a bit. Nice. I am enjoying it no matter what. That is the most important thing, Molly. That is the most important thing. If you enjoy your book, we will find a batch for it. Don't you worry. How many books have you read this week for camp? Because I think I've seen you post it. Multiple. 2 or 3, maybe more. If you hit 5, you get the... Or did I already send you the Book Dragon badge? Did you already got that one? Yes, you did, right? I'm not unsure now. I often doubt about which hole I need to put the needle in. I'm thinking I'm skipping some. You're doing double crochet, right? Or half double crochet. It doesn't matter. If it's any of those, on top, you have 2 lines. It is basically a V. And you need to put your needle under that V. So you have 2 tiny bits of yarn over your hook. And then you pull it through. If that makes sense. It's a struggle to balance pulling it tight and having to lose enough to pull through. That is deep beginner struggle. You're not alone. And if you have to choose right now, that is okay. I would choose to lose. Because if you're doing it too tight, your wrist and your hands will going to hurt. So if you need to choose, which is absolutely fine, especially in the beginning, go for to lose. I barely pull on my yarn. I am a loose crocheter though, but it has never gotten me in trouble. Whereas Josephine is a very tight crocheter, and especially in the beginning, her hands hurt a lot. So I would always go for too loose. It is, if you don't flip your hook too much like this, if you keep it kind of horizontal, you don't have to pull on your yarn, if that makes sense. Turning the next row is also still a struggle, but so far no physical discomfort, which is kind of, yeah, that happens when you are too tight. If that's starting to happen, don't pull on the yarn. Stop pulling on the yarn. Yeah. And turning the next row is, do you chain? if you're doing double crochet, single crochet. Oh, you have done single crochet. If you do single crochet, you chain 1 and then you turn. You need to make a bit of room for you to put your hook through it again. So for single crochet, it is 1 chain, and for double crochet, it is 2. That's how easy it is. Don't put it in your own hole. Well, that depends. If you're going that route, Rosie. We're very inclusive here. Just so you know. Rosie, did you, could you make the magic circle? Did you try the video? Ooh. I think I'm trying one of those Wooble kits. I got a billion asks for. I haven't crocheted since college and I remember nothing. From what I've heard, they're not worth it. They're super expensive. The yarn isn't that good. You do get a crochet hook. What I've seen, it looks exactly like the crochet hooks I'm using. So those would be good. But they have videos, but I don't think they're super descriptive. So I think if you just buy cheap yarn, I don't know if you still have a crochet hook. But like this is a cheap set I bought on AliExpress 3 years ago, and I still crochet with it. It's good. So if you just buy cheap hooks, but please don't buy just the metal ones, because those will also hurt your hands. So make sure it's either this, or I think Cleo has that one that is wider. You also have white ones that are like this wide. I haven't tried those, so I can't tell you if they're nice or not. I'm worried that they might be heavy. Because there are some that are plastic, like 3D printed plastic, and then there are metal ones, and I struggle sometimes with metal knitting needles, so I assume it's gonna be the same for crochet. But yeah, if you want to make a plushie, I would buy cheap yarn, a cheap hook, and go on YouTube. There are so many tutorials that tells you exactly what you need to do, show you how to do it, and how to make the full plush. So, and then again, if you prefer for garments, there is a channel for that. I can even link it if you want to. And then, if you want granny squares, the world is your oyster. There are so many tutorials on granny squares on YouTube, on the internet overall. Yeah, I don't think you need an expensive kit. However, I imagine it is nice to have everything all together. But I heard their yarn isn't great. So if you just buy cheap yarn, it's probably better. Your face. My face says everything. My face is not silent, unfortunately for me. Yeah, the whole mechanic is still difficult of knowing where to hold my hand and holding the thread, but I'll get there. That is it. It is purely repetition. It's just making a square, make it as big as you feel like it, or until you get bored with the color and then pick a different color. Even if you make a lot of just single crochet squares, you can still put them together and make a blanket out of it, if that is your way of trying. If you want loads of colors, don't want to get bored. The first thing I made was a blanket with just single crochet, chain 1, another row of single crochet, and when I was bored with the color, I took another color, and then I had like 4 or 5 colors to change up to. It was wonky, but I could still use it. And it gave me a lot of repetition, which helped. And also, the blanket was on a bigger hook, so you get progress earlier. And it felt like useful, if that makes sense. You know me. What video? I sent you a video on DM days ago about the magic ring and how to do it, because I was thinking my explanation might not be clear. So I thought, let's send you a video of how to do it different ways, so you can find your way that is helpful for you. But if you don't put it in your hole, so others, that, you know, we're very inclusive. That could also be a thing. You also don't have to buy, you know, expensive toys for that either. They are expensive as hell. Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah. I was iffy about the look of the yarn, because it does look like yarn. If the, yeah, I've heard it is very plasticky. I have not had a woobles, so I have not felt them or anything, but that is what I've heard from people that I do trust on the internet. Like my favorite crocheter on the internet has tested them, and that is what came out. And she is very acceptable of cheap yarns. So if they are feeling iffy about the yarn, they're feeling it. The yarn is iffy. Like, maybe I go searching. I used to make those big fluffy balls. Oh, did you just wrap around cardboard? No idea. But oh, pom-poms. It's pom-poms. I might still have supplies somewhere. Yeah. Pom-poms. Like, just get yarn from Joann's, or what is the Michael's? Is that what the other's called? Joann's is gone now, right? The other one. I have the ones they had in store. I have no idea which ones they are. I saw they were pink, so that was also a very happy moment for me. Can you send a picture of your crochet hook? I'm just very curious. As I have more than one. I have just the one. Well, sometimes they do come in sets. Like, but as long as it's, you have these and those have, like the metal from the tip is all throughout. I would not recommend those, because those will hurt your hands. You need to have some sort of handle, but a lot of cheap shops will sell these in packages with different sizes. Also, I got this one from AliExpress. It still works. Mine was definitely plastic. I think it was gray. Manifesting finding it now. Yeah, I'm manifesting for it. Interesting, and here's tons of locks too. Yeah, and I hate granny squares, because I don't like to do the same thing 100 times over. And granny squares projects are most time, you know, asking you to make about 20 until 100, 150, something like that, depending on, you know, what you want to make and how big you want to make. But that is also why they're so good to practice, because there is a lot of repetition in it, and you can make a lot of things with granny squares, and you can mix them up. So I have seen project bags made out of granny squares that look really, really cute. I have seen grocery bags, just bags, you know, like beach bags and stuff like that. I have seen cardigans, I have seen sweaters, I have seen blankets is the obvious one. Basically anything has a granny square option right now. I've seen headbands. People are obsessed with granny squares because there is a lot of variation in them and you can do a lot with them. I am making currently a granny square cardigan for my mom. So this is something you can do with granny squares. And then the top underneath is also granny squares. So you can do clothes with it, but you can do blankets with it. You can do bags with it. As long as you have enough, there are so many things you can do with it. The Weasley blanket I made last year is granny squares. I took off my compressed socks and noticed that bugs and mosquitoes chaos bit me. Oh no. Can't stand bug. Yeah, I got bitten by a mosquito too. I have been itching it, but then I crossed. Yeah, I made a cross, and now it's gone. Oh, you can't see. This isn't. Yeah, just believe me, it's there. I posted pictures on this girl. Please, I hope it's not too bad. You have some ergonomic ones, but yeah, but I think they have more ergonomic ones. Like they're big. If you Google furls crochet hooks, that's how they look. Furls crochet hooks are very expensive, so I would not recommend buying those as a newbie. Although I have heard they're great, but so there's different shapes. Furls crochet hook is a different shape than this, and that's the shape that also is ergonomic and seems to be helping people. Just starting with single crochet, and I will do that for a while until I feel okay with it. Yeah, exactly. And the good old days of making pom-poms, right? As soon as you're crocheting hats, pom-pom day is back. Or Lobby, it's a newer craft. Yeah, Hobby Lobby can be that. Yeah, pom-pom, wow, that's definitely in an easy to remember, Jess. Come on, it's fine, Jess. But also, think of a Pomeranian dog, and then you have your pom-pom. Michael's, yes, I think Joann's are all, yeah, Joann's is the one that closed. Michael's. Go to Michael's, grab their cheaper yarn, but you know, the one that you still feel is, feels nice. Make something. You can make a hat, you can make a scarf, you can make granny squares, you can make a blanket. Just look up a stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet. I would start with any of those three. And there will be so many tutorials. It depends on what you know want. There are many origami tutorials, and it's basically all single crochet. And maybe they say single crochet in back loop only. And then if you have the V on top, you do it in the back one and not the front one. But normally you have both of these on your hook, but then you just pick one. Now Hobby Lobby is too far for me. Yeah, go for one. I know someone who worked there and hated it, so I'd rather not give them money. Yeah, then go to Michael's. Joann's in my hometown turned into Hobby Lobby. Oh, picture sent. Thank you. I kind of like repetition. Maybe I'll try those. Yeah, if you like repetition, granny squares. And it's very easy to change them up. If you do the standard one, you can do one with less holes, and then you can do one with flowers, and there are so many choices, and then you can use different colors in every row if you don't want to make 50 red ones, for example. Like, if you like repetition, but you want to have a lot of options of what to do with it, granny squares. Everyone in Discord, time to make granny squares to make a camp group blanket. Yes, I have been thinking about a granny square blanket to make for camp. Maybe some bigger, but a blanket is also a really good way to try out different stitches. Just pick a stitch, make a square, and you can attach it to your blanket. And then I was thinking maybe of doing the middle square normal and just single crochets, and then I can attach one of those patches on, like the Camp Enchanted patch we have now. And then I can do more, you know, like maybe with knitwear too, like with color work. I can do camper squares with color work, and then we can just have normal squares, and I can mix them in between. That is one of the projects I want to do for Camp Enchanted, but that is gonna take me so many camps. I kind of want to do that as the 100th project for the butterfly badge. A sweater vest of granny squares could be cute. Yeah, it's like, and it's not that hard. And there are tutorials for this kind of stuff free on the internet. So, doubt it is missing granny square pants or short. Yeah, fair. I do think so. Yes. Actually, these become the best type of problem. Yeah. Granny square pillowcases. Yes. I've seen many. Yes, absolutely. Is there a Pomerian in my neighborhood and he walks so fast with his little legs? Oh my god, love him. One day I will learn the flu's name. Yes. That is important. That is an important mission, yes. Yeah, that's like for everyone. Most people recommend granny squares to begin with. I would not, especially not to HDHDers, because we get bored with repetition. We get bored with doing the same thing over and over again. But for, you know, all other people, it is nice. So then do granny squares. We should need a squareathon again. And then you all are gonna join me making granny squares. So I don't have to do the hard work alone. I don't like it because it is so repetitive. But then people I love keep asking for, or they don't even ask, but they show me, excitedly showing me pictures of granny square projects. So I'm like, keep doing like, I'll make it for you. So yeah, that's why I keep making them. I don't like them. I keep making them. You have a lot of it's very popular now, the Daisy cardigan. It's made with granny squares with a daisy in it. My mom doesn't understand how to do diamond art because she said she get bored. I think it is relaxing. I would find diamond art relaxing too, because you make a picture. I don't mind putting the stones in. That is very relaxing, and I like that kind of repetitiveness. That's why I like crochet or knit, because you keep doing the stitches and the stitches are, you know, repetitive, and this is why a lot of neurodivergent people use it, because the repetitive motion is kind of stimming. I just don't want to make, like, I think the question is, can you make 100 of the same diamond paintings? If you had, let's say, a floof that you were making on diamond painting, can you make that exact floof 100 times? Or would you get bored and you would like 100 different floofs? Because that is kind of the thing. I don't mind making 100 different floofs, but I get annoyed if I have to make 100 of the same floofs. And that's why I do not like granny squares, because you will need a good amount of squares. I was doing the daisy squares, but my hand, you know, it hurt on my hands. I was not doing it anymore. But I had around 26 squares, so I'm making a bag out of the squares. And there were smaller bags than that, but let's say I have a medium-sized bag. So for a medium-sized bag, you will need 26 squares. For that cardigan, for my mom is a size 36, which is a small. I will need 43 granny squares to have a cardigan. The blanket I made for Josephine was about 120 squares. So that is the amount we're talking about if you have a granny square project in mind. Basically. The project bag though is less. But that is because I chose a... You have project bags that is full out from granny squares, then you will, again, probably need around 20. But I've seen a very cute one that has just one line of granny squares. And I think you need 6 granny squares then. It's 6 or 8. And then, but the rest is single crocheting around. So then you need, you know, to do 2 things. Single crocheting around, which is probably the easiest crochet stitch. It's the basic one. So, yeah, that's... I assume it's not going to be a problem for people. And then you have to make the granny squares. That is more challenging than single crochet. That would be so funny since I can't knit. Yeah. Knitting is nice though. Both knitting and crochet, I love it both. Because of the repetitive motions, but I want different results. Basically. But that's it for tonight. I am going to go off now, so not to angry the nerve too much. I will see you all tomorrow on movie night. It will be over on the Discord. I think I planned it for 8. Let me check. Did I plan it? 4 events. Let's go. Yes, I did plan it. It is at 8 my time. So an hour later than the sprint started. And we will be watching Wednesday season 1, episode 1 and 2. And 2 is the polka. So that is the perfect preparations for Nevermoreathon. Sounds good to me. Thanks for the sprint. No problem. Thanks for sprints and sleep yummy. Enjoy people with Netflix. I'll send you a message. Thank you for sprints. No problem, no problem. I will put the mushrooms on and then I will end the sprints. Thank you all so much for being here. It was a bit scary at the beginning. No, I had 2 people viewing me. But they were ghosties, which is fine. But not when you start sprints, then it's a bit scary. So I was really glad when you all showed up. I will see you all tomorrow.